Psalm 35 and the 13th verse. Psalm 35 and 13.
But as for me, when they were sick, my clothing was sackcloth. I humbled my soul with fasting.
You see, I want humble my soul with fasting. So fasting is one of the weapons and the ways that God has designed that you and I can handle our soul, because the soul is very, very proud, and very, very, very arrogant. And through fasting, we bow our soul before God. We humble ourselves and we afflict ourselves, and we seek Him for forgiveness and cleansing. And it is at that moment that the supernatural takes place. Because you see, if you look at somebody like Jonah was in the boat and there was a storm, and the captain had followed all the signs. He knew what to do. He was experienced. He was very skillful, and having done everything he knows how to, the storm was getting worse and worse, until Jonah said he was the cause for the storm, and he said, "Get me out of the boat." And as soon as they threw him off the boat, there was calm and everything was still. Now there come a time when signs fail. There come a time when money and influence and connection and all a man or a woman knows how to fails. When every physical, intellectual, and natural avenues and resources is exalted, and when nothing works. It is at that moment that men and women must be humble enough to realize that there is a possibility, that there is something beyond what the eyes can see responsible for what's happening. Something is going on behind the scenes. And again, like I said, you cannot solve a spiritual problem with physical capabilities. It won't work. It won't work. But you can solve physical situation that has its origin from the spirit world with spiritual solutions and with spiritual weapons. The other day, Paul said in 2 Corinthians 10, from verse 2 going, he said, though we walk in the flesh, though we are but men like anyone else, the weapons of our warfare are not carnal, but they are mighty through God to the pulling down of strongholds. Mighty weapons through Adonai, mighty weapons through God to the pulling down of strongholds and bringing into captivity every thought and every imagination to the obedience of Christ. That is what I'm talking about. And when we fast, in moments and in times of crisis and challenges, the forces responsible for a lot of the things going on in the natural, we gain the upper hand over them at the time when we humble ourselves before Almighty God and say, we have no strength of our own. This is beyond our natural and intellectual capabilities. I need you, Lord. It is at that moment that strength comes from on high, and we are able to subject and bring into captivity everything that exalted itself above us.